Good morning. I have a challenging topic today, but before I even begin that, let me just say that I woke up in a completely different space this morning, very, very early, before 3 o'clock, um, than I did yesterday. I was feeling like I had battled all day yesterday. When I woke up, I had feel like I just was in a battle all night long, as I shared in the beginning of yesterday's video. And today, I just was exhilarated. I felt like I had been downloaded with tremendous energy. Although now, going on almost 2 hours later, I'm starting to feel a little tired already again. But be that as it may, uh, I'm in a much better frame of mind. I spent a good deal of yesterday working on the legal papers, and some of the things that I was seeing this morning when I woke up were very positive and uplifting for me. So that's the state of mind, at least that I was in almost 2 hours ago when I woke up, and for the first hour. Anyway, today's title is 2012, What is Obama's Role? And Other Players. Determining the roles humans are playing in this global cosmic drama of the evolution of consciousness is not easy in a world of duplicity. Virtually nothing is as it seems. I don't know about you, but I feel confusion as I attempt to sift through what seems to be evidence and feelings that may have more to do with hope than fact. Is Obama a dual agent working both for the cabal and the higher powers? What about this Drake fellow? Is it possible to know anything for sure? Over the past while, new information has been coming out in regard to President Obama and interpreting some of his executive orders. And you all know, if you've been listening for any length of time, that I did not vote for Obama, even though a lot of light workers saw him as some kind of a savior. I never saw enough evidence to believe that, and no matter how much time I spend in meditation and communing with my inner self, I still don't have 100% confidence in what I feel at those times that I'm in that space of connecting. It feels really good and it seems really true when I'm in the space. But then when I come back into, quote, this world, arguments start happening within me. Is it really true? Because I tend, like most of you, I'll bet, to base a lot of how I interpret things by what I see in the physical world, which I'm fully consciously aware that that's not necessarily the wisest thing to do, but it is the natural thing for us to do. It's the way we've been trained. It's the way our minds work. And so when I look at Obama, I see that he surrounds himself with a bunch of cabal people. He surrounds himself with Goldman Sachs people and people that are part of the elite family. His advisor is Soros, who is not known to be a very straight shooter, who is a psychopath, as are most of these people, psychopaths and sociopaths. And Obama surrounds himself with them, which doesn't instill any sense of confidence. And yet channels that I trust, like Matthew and Mike Quincy and others, have come out strongly saying that Obama is a star seed. Truth of the matter is, I believe every one of us are star seeds, including the dark side. So that really doesn't tell us anything. Which side is he going to play on in this drama? Well, the truth of the matter is, as I see it, no matter what the dark side does at this point, they're going to lose. I mean, That's bottom line. I mean, that is what I feel and resonate with most strongly. The die is cast, the course has been set, and the timeline of ascension and awakening and evolving consciousness to higher levels is the inevitable destination of humanity and of the planet Earth. I believe that, I feel that, and at the best times of connection that I have with spirit, I know that. Do I know it when I have the periods of doubt? Obviously not. And I admit that. So don't beat yourself up if that's what you feel too. That's what most humans feel if they're honest with themselves. Now, there's an awful lot of humans that wear masks and pretend that they only see the good stuff. And they only know. I mean, they're really, really connected. I'm sorry. I haven't met anybody that I feel is telling the truth when they make such statements. I'm sorry. I don't. And so when people come across that they know that Obama is playing the good role, I tend to question it. I tend to question it. Of course, conservatives would not ever put him in that category because they are still in the left-right paradigm of things, the way that they've been programmed to think. Actually, we've all been programmed to think that way at some level. But some of us are getting into the thing of recognizing the interconnectedness of all life, that everything is related, that Obama may, in fact, be playing his shadow role, and there may be lying dormant his light role, if you will, his role of helping humanity escape the bondage of the cabal. I don't know. The executive order that he made just recently putting the United States back in the International Criminal Court, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign because we've all heard what Drake and others have been saying, that there's going to be mass arrest. Fulford has been saying that. David Wilcox has been saying that. And I've tended for a long time to trust David Wilcox and Benjamin Fulford, even though many don't. Much of what they've done resonates with me, not 100%. Not 100% of anybody's messages resonate with me. Not 100% of anybody's. Not even my own. Because sometimes I feel that I'm not as in tune as I'd like to be. And that's the truth. And so what comes out of my mouth is going to be filtered by where I am emotionally and how I'm seeing things at that current period of time. That affects it. So it's difficult to see how these players line up as far as, are they on the dark side or the light side? Well, the truth of the matter is we're all on life's side. Whether we are on the dark side now playing that role or the light side playing that role, it doesn't really matter because ultimately life is going to support life. Life is going to present us always with the greatest possibility that's to our advantage. It's going to do that. Now, we may not know that from looking at our history, but our history has been distorted. We don't even know what our true history is. I really don't believe that. We can study books and have gone to college and schools and learned what the, quote, experts say, but the experts, look what they've given us. They're not experts, folks. They're not. So we have to come home, and this is what Spirit is doing, to trust our own heart and to trust Spirit that the higher call, the higher powers, if you will, God, deity, have a plan that encompasses even the plan of the dark and works it all together and weaves it into a beautiful tapestry of homecoming, a tapestry of awakening and remembering and reconnecting with our greater family. Drake has been another issue for me. Like Obama, Drake is a paradox. Initially, I thought he was right on, man. I liked what he was saying. And then he started attacking Tim Turner, and the more that I learn about him, the less I trust him. But again, he's playing a role. He's playing a role. We're all playing roles. Me too. I'm playing a role. And I'm doing a dance between limited consciousness and greater consciousness that I believe I'm being tapped into, but I'm not there yet. I haven't arrived. And I don't know that any of us have really arrived, not even those who claim to have, and especially maybe those who claim to have arrived. Do you want to know how to know when somebody is probably lying? When they're telling you that they know it all, when they're absolutely certain. How can a human being be absolutely certain in a world of duplicity? How can we be absolutely certain when we have to admit, if we're honest with ourselves, that we waver back and forth? We have up days and down days. Let's face it, folks. And Obama is like that. Drake is like that. I'm like that. Everybody's like that. Tim Turner the other night on the call. Did I talk about this yesterday? I don't remember if I did or not. But he made the comment that people that are leaving the Republic because they don't want God in it. Well, from a fundamentalist point of view, it means they don't want God in it the way that we see God. Well, I don't see God the way fundamentalists do. In fact, the God of the Old Testament to me is a demon, not a God. Anybody that would command the murder of children, suckling babes, and even dashing asunder pregnant women is not a pro-life God. And I'm pro-life, and I believe that God is pro-life. That doesn't mean that God is anti-choice. I'm pro-choice. We have a choice how we're going to choose what we're going to do with our lives. We have that free will as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else. All right, and abortion, that issue comes up. I've always gone to a compromise position. Abortion is fully legal in the first trimester. After that, forget it. There has to be very powerful reasons to commit an abortion after the first trimester. In my opinion, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. But I'm pro-life. God, to me, is pro-life. Life supports life. So I can't tell you what Obama's role is. All that I know is that he could be setting the stage for the mass arrests that Drake talks about, and that Fulford talks about, and that David Wilcock talks about. He could be setting the stage for that. Allowing Interpol and foreign troops on our soil could be to support U.S. troops in the arrest of which, take your pick, those of us that are standing up for the truth against the corporations and against the cabal, or are they going to arrest the cabal? Which is it going to be? They're preparing for arrests. They've prepared internment camps. We know that. But who are they going to be for? Are they going to be for the elite whose boomerang comes back and they get what they've planned for others? That would be divine justice from my perspective. But is that what's going to happen? I think probably, but do I know? No, I don't know. I feel it would be justified that those that planned the demise of billions of humans end up facing that same demise themselves. Those that have tried to steal from others end up having everything that they've gained through illicit means taken from them. And they are left in the poverty that they've created for everyone else. That would be divine justice. That would be karmic payback, if you will. Do I believe that such things exist? I hope so. I hope so. I'd like to believe that we live in a just world, and I do believe it. Sometimes the evidence doesn't seem to support that. But my resonance does support it. I resonate when I hear the messages that justice is meted out with mercy. I get excited. I feel, yes, yes, that's wishful thinking from some people's point of view. What is the reality? How can we know for sure? Again, as humans, we have to do the best we can. That's what I do, and I believe that that's what almost everybody does. And even the dark workers, even the psychopaths, do what they've been trained to do. And I don't know how their roles are going to ultimately play out. I'd like to see everybody come home. I'd like to see everybody enveloped in love and restored to the beauty and the innocence of life itself. I'd like to see that. And I do believe we're headed in that direction. The timetable, I can't tell you. I don't know. Who's playing the good roles and the bad roles? They're all good roles. They're all roles that we're going to see have played together to produce the outcome. And the outcome is going to be debt forgiveness. The outcome is going to be jubilee. The outcome is going to be celebration for humanity. I believe that. That's my hope. It's my dream. It's my vision. And it's what I'm sharing with you today. Take it or leave it. Because I don't know any more than a lot of people. I simply share where I am, truthfully, and with as much integrity as I know how. Thank you for listening. Namaste.